live in the afternoon. How's everybody doing today? We're going to be doing a little organization and cleaning of the garage while we hang out. Maybe you guys can keep me focused on what I need to do to get this done. Try to get it up here where you can kind of see. I'll move you closer as we get here and there. But we're going to be bouncing around in the shop a little bit. It is definitely a work in progress. This garage has about 5 years or better of neglect. Oop. You guys see how dirty the floor is that way. That may be too close, so. Well, hello, Randy. Yes, you are. Trying to figure out what I want to do here. This freaking place is a mess. You're up. You already off work today? I haven't seen this floor over here in years. I keep piling everything over by where I work on stuff, and this here just gets neglected. And I need to start storing stuff over here, so. Hello, Nelson. How are you? You get off at 2, just working at the ship now. Okay. Well, I hope your day's as nice as ours. I think it's about 70 degrees out here today. And I think Friday it's supposed to be 84 degrees, which will be great. What I'm currently in the process of doing here, I am in the process of moving a shelf over here. Right here in this corner where that box is at on the wall, that's a surge protector. It's an antiquated surge protector that used to actually go underneath the monitor of an old desktop computer. So what I want to do is I'll get this shelf. But I'm going to get that shelf, and what I want to do is mount that surge protector on the side somehow. Haven't decided how yet. And all my batteries, I've got some marine batteries and some other stuff that I need to keep on charge for the winch on the trailer and stuff. So I don't know how many little trickle chargers I have, but anyway, it's going to be a battery charging station, or at least part of it is. The rest will be storage. That's the game plan. So, hello, Amber. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Lars, how's it going? I'll move over a little closer. You guys can make fun of me when I bust my knuckles and what have you. But anyway. So, I know I just got this shelf held up by a strap, but anyway, this is kind of what I'm thinking. I'm probably going to have to mount it on a board and then put the board, screw the board into the rack. Kind of what I'm thinking, because all the plug-ins are here on the back. So anyway, that's my thought process. You guys got any better ideas? I'm all farm. All ears. Cobwebs everywhere. Look and see if this thing had a year on it. Hell, it's actually made in, well, I should say, it says, oh, designed in the USA, made in China. Okay, that makes sense. Begin to think I had the relic there that was actually made in America. Get her done projects, yeah. Probably more like bust and knuckle projects. Okay, Lars. I figured you was probably working, and I appreciate you coming in, buddy. All right. Well, I made a, like I say, I got quite the mess, but I managed to take an old scaffold that I had and put some of my bucket seats in. I don't have all of them. I've got 6 of them there. I still got 2 more, one outside and one in. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Anybody need any bucket seats? Look me up. Basically everything on this wall has been moved. I used to have a, like an old antique military desk over here in a corner, but all it became was a pile-on. But I'm gonna put it up in the front of the bay and face it toward the wall, and then when I mount the TV in here, I will mount it right over it. That way, if I get the urge to play a little Nintendo 64, I will. Yes, I do have one somewhere. I seen it in a box earlier. Where that box is right now, I couldn't tell you. Anyway, not getting nothing done by looking at it. Can't spin you around, I guess. All I'm gonna do is go back over here to more of a mess. Got a couple pieces of wood. Randy, you should be here doing this for me, because you guys are the wood masters. I don't know what I ever did without a miter saw. God, I love them things. And this thing's loose as a goose. Find my drills. There they are. Didn't think they were too far away. I'm gonna line it up with these holes. Not rocket science. I need a little more speed. Find me some sheet metal screws. Or some self-packers, whatever you gotta call them. Looking for a long self-tacker. Oh, I got them. Yeah. Looking for my 1/4" drive stuff, but it seems to be MIA. Oh, it's here somewhere. Well, I had it the other day. Bear with me. I'll take you with me. Maybe you guys can find it for me. But I know I had it. I don't have one mess, I have multiple messes. I don't see it there. Holler real loud if you see it. Hey, Gary, Lotus, Nelson, I think I already said hey to you. Like I said, messes everywhere I go. You guys, if you like, you're welcome to come and help me clean. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. I really don't wish it on myself, so. But there's going to be a way. I'm going to do something different here. Like I says, may not be right, but we'll get her done. Kind of overkill, but this will work. That's the main thing, as long as it works. Frankie! What's up? Well, that's going to be way overkill. That'll go all the way through. All right, we'll get the shorter one second. I'll just bring a variety of them. I have so many. I like that. That'll work. I've got a lot of these sheet metal or self-tappers from when I built the other barn. I've got bags and bags of them, various sizes. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? Oh, yeah. Hell, it actually stiffened the shelf up. Rock on. May actually put that up a little too high. Now that I think about it, probably did. Nothing that can't be remedied pretty quick. Yeah, I can live with that. I can live with that. tight. The right drill for the right job. Dang it. That'll work. I'll put that bottom board on there. Hey, Hugh. Costco. I don't know where that. I'm sure it came from Amazon, more than likely. I don't think it come from Costco. All right, thanks for stopping in, Hugh. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm trying to organize, Chris. How's the weather down in Florida? I'm trying to make a battery charging station out of old random junk. You guys remember when you had desktop computers? Well, that's a surge protect for no desktop. But you know what? It'll work. Slipped a little bit, so I hope it'll it's reasonably close to where it's supposed to be. If you guys haven't figured it out, I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. Let's see if that doesn't hit the feet now. We'll be fine. I believe we will be fine. Alright. Hey, just like uptown. Just like uptown. All right. Worked out better than I thought it was going to be. Oh, so when's the event start, Chris? Where's the Mustang? Hang on. to the land of junk. There it is. Sitting there backed up in a corner. Once I get the garage clean, Mellow Yellow's coming in. I've got to get that ready for property tour. I ordered some parts from Edelbrock. Part of them are here, part of them are not. But that'll be my probably my next long form video. It's probably going to have to be more than one video because there's a lot of things to do to it. But it actually runs and drives. I actually splurged and bought something that runs and drives. So, but it's got some issues. And that up there is the donor for the Mustang. But I'm kind of excited to get on the Pontiac. And then we'll probably do the Pontiac. And then I've got to put tracks on the excavator that's been sitting there for probably 9 months. But they've got to get put on. And then we're going to bring the cruising Pinto wagon in. I've kind of got some big plans for that. I just don't know. I haven't messed with the motor. I don't know if it's locked up or not. I know the Ford truck is. I'm got stuff in it trying to get it unlocked up now. So then I still got to get the A-Team van back up and on the road. It's too many projects. The damn winter, I just hate it. I'm very unmotivated when it comes to, yes, I have junk. I have lots of junk. That actually runs, so I don't have to work on that. But anyway, I got 2 lawnmowers I got to get worked on before mowing season, which is probably next week. Just a lot of crap. So that's a nickel tour. $20 hours of the truck. It might. I've actually thought that it's ran. It's actually got rust on it that in the roof of the corner of it has got a rust hole through it. So, but every year they have a F100 rally here, and it's a pretty damn big deal. So being as that's F100, I thought about it. Hell, maybe I'll put a Predator motor or something in it if I pull that 302 out. Make something real stupid out of it. So I'm going to see if I can. Okay. Yes, it's Mr. I don't like chair Ryan. You are right, Olivia. Needs a blower. Well, I'm thinking the Pinto needs a blower. You think that 2.3 will handle a blower? Or blow it to pieces? Well, yeah, I had an engine stand. I gave the damn thing away here a couple years ago. Now I need it again for that motor. So I'm going to do a little unboxing review of a new engine stand I bought. And it's not a paid promotion, but it'll be a long form video to put out there. So, yep, there's only one way to find out. You're correct. So we'll see. That's down the road. I actually bought that Pinto locally It had been sitting out in the woods for over 20 years. And I can't remember still got the original license plates on it. I think it says something like 2004, maybe? Something like that. Anyway. Why do they make batteries so freaking heavy? We'll get a rag here. I meant to put Central Airlines in the garage this winter, but lack of motivation kept me from doing that. So I used to have all my lawnmowers backed up here. I had 3 different lawnmowers. So I had battery tenders on all them. Because we all know how lawnmower batteries are. They don't, about 1 year, if you don't keep them on the tender, they're done. Yeah, I need to put me another piece of wood down here so I can zip tie these puppies on. I'll figure something out. I have to rethink that. Master's on. Yeah, these things are actually labeled computer, printer, auxiliary 1 and 2. Really don't want to fast charge that that marine battery. Main thing I use them for anymore. All right, Chris, thanks for stopping in, bud. I appreciate it. 80s 932 Pulse was a beast and made great power and torque and a sound all its own. Well, that is a 1974 or 76. I can't remember. I guess if I open the hood, I'll figure it out. But I didn't want to get anything too modern. So, yo, what's up, IL? In my old part of the world. I used to live about 70 miles south of you, down around Mount Vernon, Illinois. It's where I worked most of my life, or at least the first 30 years of my life. on my other trickle chargers. Only got a bunch of them. I had so many of these things. Back when I had a couple motorcycles, I always kept them on a maintainer. I know I got two more of these somewhere. I know there's a red one roaming around here. More than I need currently. That's okay. I'm fixing to move all the lawnmowers over to the house garage. And that'll free up a lot of space in here for me. I know it doesn't look like I've done much in here, but I have moved a lot of stuff off the walls, hung a bunch of stuff up on the walls, and made my handy dandy I had wood scattered everywhere. So I made a rolling wood rack. So it was actually cheaper to buy one of them Harbor Freight carts. Like this, and steal the casters off of it, because you can't buy 2 casters in the store for the price of this here. So that's where I'm going to get my casters from this point on. I think these things are under $10. I think the caster's about $6, starts out about $6 and go up from there. And it's got a buttload of weight on it, so about everything in my garage that's large. The filing cabinets that I've got, the filing cabinets I use for storage, I put that on wood, and it's got wheels on it. Actually, this stupid thing here that I built, which pretty much is catching everything. That way, if you need to move it around, you can. I've got another legal filing cabinet that actually had where you could thread casters in it, and then that big shelf there that come out of the house I tore down, it also has casters on it, so easy to pull out, move around. I've even got my lawnmowers on casters, so I can wheel them around. Well, they're actually on car dollies, but it works. All right, Roby, thanks for coming in, buddy. How many batteries do you need to charge at once? Looks like my RC charging station, yeah. And a toaster oven, you bet. The reason I got the toaster oven in there, because I got the bright idea. I was going to take and melt down old plastic bottles, and I watched the video naturally off YouTube, and they used a toaster oven, and to melt down the I can't remember what the plastic's called now. The standard bottles, PFE or something like that, and they made it and pressed it into a block, and then they made plastic hammers and stuff out of it, for a plastic head to where you could thread a handle in it. So that was one of the reasons I put it in here. Uh, Drafting cabinet for blueprints. Yeah. Okay. Now there ain't no blueprints in there. What blueprints I got is in my head, which is very few. Well, unfortunately, the only people that contact me is the spammers. But I've done one tool review, and I get a few emails, and I got one that I think is actually legit because I followed up on it and actually called the company and asked if that was a legit email from them, and they said it was. So I haven't heard nothing from a week or two. So they were selling some type of shelving that you put up on the walls that kind of resembled. Yeah, kind of resembled that right there, but it was more prefab and a lot nicer looking. No pizza pockets, not today. I don't have anything in my refrigerator hardly anymore. I've got to get the refrigerator outside when I get 2 or 3 good days of weather. I've got to take the old metal desk and take it outside in the driveway and the refrigerator and power wash them. They've got, damp garage. They got mold on the outside. So, but anyway, I'll probably die before I get them all done. So, or it'll kill me doing it. So, no snacks. That's right. Now I even have a microwave. Hobby damned. I got 3 of them over in the other garage. I guess I need to bring one over here. That way I can feed you guys at least some popcorn or something, Yeah, I don't think I want that charger on. Battery pack. I'm going to use this one. Just because I know it won't cook it to death. That other one will. Now this is the triple. Lotus, you hadn't seen mine. I outgrew my charging station for the cordless drills and stuff. I ended up buying a jumbo one. Not that I ever got that many batteries, I just have tools, too many tools, so. Well, there's Dennis. How are you? Are you having some warm weather over there? It's about 70 here right now. Going to increase, I think, all until Sunday. So you need some bucket seats, Dennis? I've got a few. 4 up there, 2 there, and 2 more. Living the dream, you know it. What to do, what to do. I think I'm going to lower that one shelf down. Not a big fan of the way these prefab shelves go together. It's got these stupid little plastic. I'll get it figured out here in a minute. These stupid little plastic things that lock the shelving in. Uh-oh. I'm finding ammo. I These are 40s. Need some ammo, Dennis? Yep, 40 Smith & Wesson. I'll put this thing fairly low because I think all I'm going to put on it is some batteries at the bottom. Never have enough shelving. I'm sure that'll fall. Not sure if I even have enough of them. It don't look like I do have enough of them. Last shelf, I ended up putting screws in it because these plastic things didn't hold. No, you stupid. Stupid SOB. Maybe a little close to getting the batteries in and out. Yeah, I'm not liking that very much. Not liking it. What do you guys think? I think it's too close. I do. Nelson, thanks for coming in, buddy. I'll have to do something even if it's wrong, yeah? That's the story of my life, doing stuff wrong, but it does get done. Right or wrong, it gets done. I need a BF8, what I need. I just put one up. I'll sit down and take a break with you guys for a while. All right. Feel like I'm mistreating you guys while you're in here hanging out and I'm doing stuff ignoring you. Not trying to ignore you. It was Wednesday. I had to get my live stream in. So. Let's see. There's a box there that I'll be popping open sometime this weekend. Doing a little video on it. It's just, I moved from pile to pile to pile. I did break down and finally got my banner from John. I just got to get it up. Probably going to go on this back wall, more than likely. I've got a few other things around here that me and a buddy put on a big event years ago, and we put on a bike rally. You see the logo or not? There's actually some videos out on YouTube about it. It was a pretty good time. We ended up hiring a couple different bands that come out. And it was all free admission, open to the public. Had a ZZ Top tribute band. They kicked ass. They were pretty good. What's in the box? It's a engine stand, a fold-up engine stand. Now I'm going to do a little review on it. I bought it myself, so it's not going to be a paid promotion thing, but so far, a couple of things I bought from Vevor has been pretty good. That transmission jack that I did a unboxing and review on, it was Vevor. I will say that for the most part, they're pretty heavy duty stuff. I haven't bought a lot of stuff from them. We bought a t-shirt transfer, I don't know what you want to call it, iron thing from them. My wife uses it a couple times. It's supposed to do it on transfer on coffee cups, ball caps, some other stuff. And if the channel picks up a little bit, I get a few more subscribers and people want some stuff, I may do made to order stuff. I don't know. I haven't got that far. Like I say, this winter's kicked my butt. I absolutely hate winter. I go into hibernation mode. I guess you could say I have seasonal depression. That's what I was told, which I don't argue that point. I don't want to do nothing when it's cold. That's why in a couple years I'm looking forward to, if everything goes well, winters will be spent south, because we broke down and made a major investment. I don't know, I'll take you up there, look at it. Major investment to, I don't have the keys, so we can't get in it. But, you know, I fought the motorhome so much this last year. And, you know, it's an old motorhome. And it had a lot of issues. Fixed a lot of the issues. There's more to fix on it. But, anyway, my big thing was that if it did break down, you're looking at a minimum of $1,000 for the big wrecker to hook up to it. So I definitely don't want to be Florida, Texas, somewhere and have to have that thing shipped back up here on a semi-trailer. Be more than the thing's worth. So But anyway, there's the motorhome. Still runs. I hadn't started it in probably 4 or 5 months. And went in there, hit the key, fired right up, purrs like a kitten. Damn good motor. I'm probably going to do a little bit to it, throw it up for sale. If I don't get any bids on it, we may have some serious fun with it, because the motor is just barely broke into. It's got a 24 valve Cummins with an Allison transaxle. I think if it was stripped off to the bare frame, I think it'd make one hell of a wheelie vehicle if we take about 20 foot of the frame out of the middle. So, just crazy thoughts. But no, we broke down and bought this. And we're going to do a maiden voyage in it here in a couple weeks. She's 34 foot. And it's about all my truck wants. But you'll see more of that in upcoming videos. Probably the nicest damn camper I ever had, and it's damn sure the most expensive camper I've ever bought. So, but I plan on keeping it, and we'll probably, I don't know for a fact, but probably we will end up buying a lot or some winter property or something, either in Texas, Florida, or Arizona. And if I do that, I may take the motorhome down there and park it. And that way I won't have to drag the other camper back and forth. I can just leave it parked. But that's, I know in Arizona that's pretty common. I haven't looked into anything in Florida or Texas yet. I don't know if I can do Florida. Well, we shall see. You do 3D printing, Lotus? A V4 commercial ice maker? Cool. Well, that's kind of why I was leaning toward, Arizona. I mean, it's hot. Okay, Lotus. You think you could 3D print one of those? Are you guys going now? Or to kick out? Nothing. Well, it's showing we're connected. You guys got hooked up now? Oh, great. Good deal. Well, I get around that metal building and it kind of loses contact. Lotus, can you see the grill? Are you able to do that? The bits and pieces. Unfortunately, that grill is only for the 77 and 78 years. And I've kind of looked. They're kind of hard to find. Actually, they are hard to find because I haven't found one yet. And I'm not buying another car to get it, because Pintos are really, really expensive. Okay, there we go. It was last on the road in 1994. So that tells you how old it is. Before I can do anything with that, I got to buy a set of tires, because I can't even move it. The air comes out of them as fast as it goes in. Actually faster. Hopefully I don't lose you here, guys. I see a grill. Yeah. Yep, that's what it was. It was a grill. Too much junk and so little time. So little time. I don't think there's much of a demand for Pinto parts. I'm sure there's some out there, but I haven't found anything yet. What are we doing? I'm resting right now, Dennis. I was making a battery charging station out of a shelf, some old chargers, and an old surge protector for a desktop computer. Got it mounted, a little 2 foot before piece swept out of the garage. Moved some seats today. It'll come together here one of these days. I'm finding stuff that I haven't seen in probably 10 years. I forgot I even had it. So, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff's going to the dump. I just, from the little short I made the other day from the house garage, I threw 340 pounds of trash, took it to the dump. My truck bed was full of trash bags. $70? Well, send me the link to that. I'd definitely pay $70 for a grill. But again, I haven't looked real hard. I've been buying parts for that Pontiac in the van. Well, if I click on it, it'll kill the live stream. On eBay, huh? If you don't care, if you'd send an email it to me at Lone Ranch Garage at Gmail. And I will look at it after I'm done. But yeah, that's a hell of a deal as far as I mean, there's not much there. But I couldn't make something for it, even out of metal. Hell, it'd take me, the way I work, it'd take me 2 days to do it. And probably that much of material. Well, I appreciate it, Lotus. So, but my priorities for tomorrow is to get the mowers back up to operating condition. I've got a flat tire on the Skag motor that I cannot find a leak to. I'm thinking it's going to have to be probably in the wheel. But I have aired it up several times and it continues to go flat. I put a new valve stem in it, that didn't help. Can't find anything in the tread, so I'm thinking there's probably a crack somewhere in the rim. And then for some reason, my John Deere, the front wheels go out like that. I think some idiot was driving it last year and tore it up. So hopefully I can either bend or straighten the tie rods and something to make it a little bit better. But I gotta get that done. Clean out a couple more holes, and then the Pontiac is coming in. $25 shipping. That's where they get you. But, what do you do? I mean, shipping is just crazy. And so basically $100 time they tack on the tax nowadays for it. So, but What ain't high anymore? Really, what isn't? Cool. I just heard the notification. Appreciate it. But I've got the van. This is the big box that came from Edelbrock. That's just a partial shipment. And as you can tell, I've been busy. Gaskets for the Pontiac. I bought speakers, toggle switches. I've got to take this headliner out and redo it. It's just shit. Well, typical GM headliner. So anyway, I got the material over at the house. But that console I bought, like I say, it came out of a Ford. And I don't think it's going to work, so I'm going to have to build a console. Yeah. That's good. Mint shape is good. So I've got the stuff to start on it. I'm going to have to get a stapler for the material. But never any projects. Oh, I do too. I absolutely hate it. The last one I did was in the wife, back when I had my garage fire. The wife's car was parked next to the garage, and the heat from the building basically melted all the plastic off of the car, melted the front bumper, even the little plastic windshield washer things on the hood, burnt the paint off of it. But the car still ran, and it ended up catching part of the headliner and melted it. And I had to rebuild the headliner with fiberglass, and it was just a freaking twisted old mess. But I finally got it jammed up in there. Yeah. I did splurge on the glue, though. I bought, I think it was $35 a can for some kind of 3M industrial strength adhesive. It's what the body shops recommended, so. But not only, that's a two-part headliner. So I get the first one done, then the back one's got to come out, which I'll probably do the first one, and we'll wait on the back one for a later date. So, all right, Lotus, thanks for coming in and hanging out. Appreciate it. And thanks for sending me that link. Hey, when did you sneak in here, Jamie? How are you? You enjoying this nice weather? I'm sure you're getting the same weather we are. It's my problem. I get on here and start talking, and then I lose my train of thought. But I'm trying to be consistent even though my time is not. Yep, I will definitely check it out, Lotus. Yeah, it's supposed to be like 84, I think, Friday, Jamie. Looking forward to that. So, but I'm slowly plugging away. Hey, you don't need no bucket seats, do you? You're close enough that we could actually work out something. I've got 4 pairs of bucket seats. Now, one set's out of a Cadillac. They're leather that I plan on keeping, but the rest of them, they're all captain's chairs that would come out of a van. If I want to save probably 2 of them, but 4 of them I'd like to get rid of. 2 of them for the Bronco if I ever get around to working on that. That's the Bronco's on the low priority. So I may even think about setting another body on the Bronco. I could find something with the close to the same wheelbase. So, going to stay with the bench seat. I don't blame you. You put buckets in, then you're going to have to put a console in it. It's just everything else. We are talking about anything pretty much you want to, as long as it doesn't pertain to politics or religion. So, mainly car-related crap, but we're open to about anything. I was in the process of working on or doing some organization in the garage. Then I sat down and, do I have any cool knives? No, I don't. I can't say I have any cool knives at all. And if I did, they wouldn't be in the garage. So, you must be into custom rat rods. They are cool. I wouldn't mind having one. I just don't have the creativeness. That's a word, creativeness, to actually make one. Seems like I buy a bunch of junk that doesn't run, and I attempt to get it running. Sometimes they happen, and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, there's not a lot of them out there, at least in our area. I don't know where you're from, but there's a few rat rods that's in our area. Some of them are pretty cool, just hodgepodge things, and I don't know if you'd call it a rat rod, but I've been kicking around some ideas on the full-size Bronco ideas on making it maybe like a Mad Max vehicle or something. It's pretty rotted out, and hell, I don't even know if it'll run, but if I do get it running, we may make some type of a theme craziness out of it. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking. I've got a lot of things going on in my mind, but I've got an old riding lawnmower I'd like to convert into a racing motor. Newcomb, how's it going? I got sidetracked. I was cleaning. You want to see the garage from hell? Does this look like a disorganized nightmare? It's probably 5 or 10 years of neglect. And then the other bay is probably not as bad, but it's still quite a mess. I had to pull the cherry picker out to get the it was back in a corner over here behind the toolbox. I had to pull the toolbox out, but I've got to get back on the A-Team van. As you've seen, it came from Buff's garage, but I'm in the process of redoing the interior on it. I've already changed the front seats to leather front seats. Now I've got a bench seat back there. I've got to be mounted. I'm going to kind of try to set it up like a tow vehicle. So that's my plan. So maybe this year at the No Name Nationals, I'll tow the Pontiac down there with it. It's overwhelming. Overwhelming, Newcomb. I'm trying to think of your name. Is your name David? I may be way off, but The garage at your dad's is way worse. Well, this is after several days of cleaning. I had all these cabinets over here that them cabinets were all laying on the floor. I hung them up, put stuff up in it, so I got more clutter off the floor. I put another cabinet over there. I've got another one there that I don't know what I'm going to do with, if I do anything with it. I moved these cabinets. So, running out of floor space. Brian. Okay, I'm sorry. Brian. It's hard to keep track of everybody's names. Just not enough hours in the day to get stuff done. You think when you retire that you'd have a lot more time? No, you don't. Well, as you get older, you work slower. And I have probably a bad case of ADD and OCD that doesn't help matters much, because I'll start cleaning on something and I'll run across something. I'm thinking, hey, I haven't seen that in a while. Or that needs to be fixed. So I will stop cleaning and fix whatever piece of crap that I found and get sidetracked, like when I was picking up all the random wood laying around. I thought, I need to build a wood rack, portable wood rack. So 3 hours later, I have a portable wood rack. But it was something that needed to be done. So, last 8 months, yeah, I know. Well, I've got another one over at the house that I got to clean out, because I've got 3 lawnmowers in here, riding lawnmowers, and I want to locate all the lawnmowers over to the house garage. So that will free up a lot of floor space in here. But I need another shop about this size has got a floor in it. But the only other shop I got is kind of a lean-to or a machine shed. So, yeah, we're not the only ones suffer from it. There's a lot of people with ADD. Probably caused from getting whooped by a switch. I'm sure none of you guys have ever had that. I really never did much either, but I was threatened a lot. Yeah, I've got to get the skags. I got to get the blades off it. Get it. Freaking grass is growing like crazy already with this little bit of warm weather and the wet ground. But my old skag is 28 years old. My old skag mower, still going strong. My uncle bought it new. When he passed, he handed it down to his son, and his son was going to do an upgrade. So it's been in the family all this time, and then somebody else in the family wants it if I ever get rid of it. So I can't say much good about the John Deere here, but I've had it for probably 10 years. It's got a Kawasaki motor on it. It runs good. I've just got to fix the steering on it. I know Robert from Mad About Mowers, he was just working on I think a Craftsman with steering issues. So I'm going to give him a shout out when I start working on this John Deere. I think I'm just going to take the hood off and snatch it up with a cherry picker, stand the thing up so I can work on it. Well, we still have a few people in here. You got any new projects, David? My problem, I get distracted by getting on everybody else's channel, watching their videos. Now I could neglect making videos. 60 degrees. Better than 30, right? Better than 30. So I end up scheduling to go camping 1st of April, and they're having 2 or 3 car shows that are fairly close that I probably miss now. I was looking for one this weekend, and I guess they're having one up by Lake of the Ozarks. Some kind of big Mustang rally. It's supposed to be a big damn deal, international rally. I don't know if I want to drive 3 hours up to it, though. Light snow this morning and 60 degrees now. That's no wonder people don't have freaking pneumonia. It's ridiculous, this weather. I just either stay cold or stay warm. This bouncing back and forth drives me nuts. Well, I guess I got the time. I just need to quit watching everybody else's and start making some. I've got 3 or 4 ideas of what I want to do. I mean, I'm going to make a series on the interior in the A-Team van. I do the headliner, the overhead console that I've got to build. I still got some holes to patch in the floor. I got to reroute the air conditioning and the heater for the rear of it, which I want to mount it underneath the middle seat. Still want to put a bulkhead in it to where I can carry jacks and stuff like that in the very back of it. Then we'll have multiple videos probably on the Pontiac, getting it ready for power tour. I did break down and buy a... All right, Brian. Thanks for coming in, buddy. I did break down and buy a mount for a CB for the Pontiac, because they say it's a necessity to have for the poverty tour. So big tractor, huh? Worst thing about working on big things is the parts are freaking heavy. I kind of tore up my back the other day by hauling all them seats and putting them up on the piece of scaffolding that I had. Them freaking things are heavy with the bases on there. Good gosh. But they're up off the floor. That's the main thing. And I can still get to my filing cabinet and still store a few other things underneath it. But anyway, need to get rid of a few of them, though. I got another one sitting over here on the floor, another one sitting outside, and there's 2 more on the floor over by that thing. So, yep, always a good time changing a water pump. I thought about actually buying a new water pump for the Pontiac, because really don't want to get in Arizona or wherever, New Mexico, and water pump go out on it. That would suck. But I need to order some new belts, probably some new hoses, and put on it. That way, when we do go, that's one less thing I have to worry about going bad. I don't know how warm it'll be there. And hey, Amber, thanks for coming back in. I don't know how hot it's going to be in June in New Mexico. I think we're going to Texas, New Mexico. I don't know if we're going through the corner of Arizona into Utah and then back to Denver. And I guess it ends in Denver. So, yeah, I think they're saying 84 Friday here, which that will be great. I'd much rather have heat than cold. I'm not a fan of cold at all. Now, if it will stay a good steady temperature, if I had anything to do with it, it would be 75 to 77 degrees, sunny, with a light breeze all year long. But we could only dream. I'll have to break down and go to the chiropractor, I think, as much as I hate the thought of it. I just went a month ago. Now, I already threw my back out again. It's probably why I'm not too energetic. Little medication on board too that probably doesn't help with my energy level. So I don't take it that often, but yeah, it looks like I'm going to for the next few days till this pops back into place, hopefully. I may actually have to sit down and drink a beer tonight. I use that as a muscle relaxer sometimes. Dennis, you get you a no-name banner? I know the other night when John gave that one away, I was thinking, damn, I just paid $30 for this. Gotta get it hung up. Gotta get my flags hung up. Got this banner I kept from the rally me and a buddy did. I don't know if you guys can see it. 2013. We did a bike rally in Branson. It was a good time, a lot of work. I know I worked my butt off getting vendors there for probably about 10 months. But a lot of people was there. Had a trials motorcycle bikes come and do a big exhibition for 2 different days. Didn't charge a dime. The only thing we really paid for was the bands. The bands were kind of expensive. And join the club. I don't either. If I want something, I got to buy it. Me and Amazon has been on a first name basis the last few weeks, so I really can't bitch. Other than I can bitch that I gave away my engine stand, but because I didn't figure I'd ever need it again, but now I need one, and so I ended up breaking down and buying one. It's actually the leg folds up on it, so it takes less space. Is what I was looking for. I actually found one. I think it's a 1,250 pound rated engine stand, $67. I couldn't pass that up. I mean, I looked on Marketplace trying to find a used one because I really didn't need to buy a new one. Hell, they want, even the little cheapy Harbor Freight ones, they wanted $75 used. I don't only have, I don't have an engine stand now. So I just got the cherry picker, and now I have one that's in a box. So looks like I'm gonna have to move you again and plug you in. So old phone, the battery doesn't last very good. Yeah, also I can plug it in here. Come get the boat and you'll give me one. Okay. Well, we're getting about that time of year, that weather, so I might be able to see what's coming up. Might be able to do it sometime this next month. The wife's going out of town this weekend, so, and then we're going camping next weekend, so. Does it need to be on a weekend, or is that something I can get during the week? I mean, I'm at your mercy, so. Now, I think you told me already, but I forgot. That boat motor's free, and it's not, I mean, it's not locked up, right? Because this Ford truck I bought is locked up. Get it anytime. Okay. It was free. Cool. Good. Because, if it goes in the Mustang, I got to buy. I'm not worried about the exhaust because I'm going to have to buy exhaust for the Mustang. So, but I have no desire to get back after that Mustang for a while. I got too many other cars. I really am looking forward to working on the Pontiac and getting it going. We're getting it going. It already runs, so. But make the upgrades on the Pontiac, and then it's going to be the Pontiac, and then I got to work on the excavator and put tracks on it. And then I'm going to get on the Pinto. Well, it'll be easy enough to work on that. They're still in the boat. So you said you got a tractor. You think it'll be able to pick up one end of the boat or the other? Because I'm not too worried about the deck of the trailer too much because it's a wood deck. So I figure we'll have to shore up the sides of the boat anyway. So with some 2x4s. Figure I'd bring a bunch of drywall screws, cordless drills, and 2x4s, and short up and throw a whole buttload of yellow straps on her. I think it ought to be just fine. So may have to block up the back end to keep the motor from touching the back of the trailer, but we'll see what happens when we get there. So yeah, we'll give it a little time for the weather to kind of be normal. And we'll actually see I got a week of good weather. Won't be a step for a stepper. Okay. You lost me on that one. Won't be a step to climb up in it, is that what you mean? Well, I'm hoping I get it here, get it started while it's still in the boat. Cool. I like easy. Easy and cheap. Two things will probably never get out of my vocabulary. So, be nice if the gas prices come down, because the old truck only gets about 10 miles a gallon pulling that gooseneck. So, I think it got less than that pulling that camper we bought the other day. I think I was getting somewhere around 9, but it is a 34-foot camper, so. I definitely don't want to put that boat on the car trailer. Plus, it's only 18 foot, so, and it's metal deck, so it'd be a pain in the ass to board that up. But we'll get it. I told you I'd get it. Can't say a whole lot about me, but one thing I do, I do my best to keep my word on everything I say. So. Funny how I've just kind of stopped working. Oh well. Such is life. I'll get back after here in a minute. Yeah, I thought I'd do this in the afternoon, do a little bit of a working live stream. I mean, works for some people. I don't know if it really works for me, but changing the time to 6 o'clock, I don't think it really helped the viewers. I actually probably got more this afternoon than I have at nighttime, because there's probably less competition in the afternoon. And now they got some new live stream. It's all, I guess all they talk about is the poverty tour stuff. So, and that comes on at like 7 o'clock. Not that I've watched any of it, but there's just a lot of competition out there anymore. And then all that, you fighting against all that AI stuff for airtime with people. I guess I made the wrong comment on Facebook about it, but love it or hate it, no, I'm not a fan of it, so I'm afraid the AI is going to take over the world before it's over with, and then we're all going to be in a world of crap. But so have you got the tractor done, Dennis? Or are you just taking a break? Somebody must be doing some excavating next door. Here's buckets and stuff are clanking. So I'm gonna go back over. Well, I can't go back over here because I don't have the charger. I guess I can unplug the charger and move it with me. Let's see what we got here. Got another little charging station with all my cameras and stuff. Take you over here where I was working at. And do a little stuff while y'all's charging. There we go. Get back to cleaning a little bit. Such a mess. Yep, that one ain't no good. I don't know if these things can be refilled or not. I'm thinking not. It don't look like it screws off. Does not. Probably the one when my truck caught a fire I used. Got tossed over here. I know we've got another one around here somewhere. Hopefully it's charged. Need to hang up over by the welder. Somewhere. There it is. Unless it feels empty too. Lots of chances of both being empty. Yep. Made in Mexico. I guess I might have to look see if these things can be refilled. Neither one of them are full. Up here where I can see it. Well, that Mexican. Spanish, not Mexican. Do not test maintenance. Boy, can I make the print any smaller? Must be recharged. Recharge. Immediately after any use, extinguisher must be recharged to a qualified fire equipment service. Probably costs more to charge it than it will to buy a new one. How you done with the live stream? I'll have to Google it and see. I'm going to say they're 5 pounds, 3 pounds. I don't see a model on it. Oh, there it is. Size 2, type BC. Gross weight. Oh, 7 or 8, almost 7 to 8 pounds, or actually 9. So, huh. Still cleaning, yeah, still cleaning. I was looking. I thought I had one good fire extinguisher, but I've got 2 like these. They're 8-pounders, and both of them have been popped. So, just looking. I have to check in to see how much it costs to charge them, get them recharged, because they're still in pretty good shape. But I'm figuring it's probably going to cost as much to recharge them because of the labor anymore. This one's a lot heavier, so, but it definitely says recharge. I think this one here is just has seeped out. So, oh, well, that's a bigger one. I'll be damned. That's how come it's heavier. This is an 8 to 9 pound extinguisher. This actually has a model number on it. Kitty 240. So, it looks like they got plastic heads, so I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I don't have to buy the whole gauge assembly. Circle track crate motor. I think, yeah, I'm sure it would be, Frank. I am sure it would be. What they want for it, about 10 grand? I looked at a 302 crate motor, thinking about doing it to the Mustang, and most of the stuff I found was pretty much stock. I mean, I don't want nothing crazy, radical. I would like to have a small cam in it. That's about it. I want something that's going to be enjoyable to drive. I don't want it shaking the shit out of me, you know. Yeah, because I've looked at them, that's how. And most of them are the ones I looked at are Chevys, so looking at a Ford, it makes it more expensive because they're common, but they're not as common as a small block Chevy or a LS. So, and I have no desire to even mess with an LS. So, don't know nothing about them. I'm gonna keep all my crap old school. Probably HEI, old school, carbureted stuff that I know. So. Yeah. I'm talking about aluminum block or aluminum heads. I don't know if you've ever bought it. Have you ever bought anything from Vevor, Vevor? Yeah, I looked at the heads for aluminum heads for a 302. They ain't cheap. Well, it's kind of funny. Vevor sells heads for 302. I'm sure they sell them for Chevys too. And I mean, now they're I guess they're cheap compared to everything else, but I think they were around $350 a head for a small block Ford for 302, which is stupid cheap compared to the prices of $5,000 to $8,000 for a head. Yeah, and they're supposed to have, now don't quote me on this, something like 202 valves. They're supposed to have the big valves in them. So I'm just kind of iffy on buying parts like that from, because you don't know, what quality you're getting, which you don't know the quality you're getting on anything anymore. Nobody stands behind anything, but make sure they're nice and flat and this and that, and they've got to be halfway good or they wouldn't be selling them. But I'm thinking $100,000 for a set of aluminum heads to really pep up the 302, along with that and a small cam, I'd be pretty happy with it. So, but if I'm going to have to rebuild a motor, that ain't going to be cheap, because I'm going to have to take it somewhere. I mean, I don't know all that technical stuff about speccing things out and this and that. I'm sure it's not rocket science, but I don't have the equipment nor the desire to do it. I'd see him take it at machine shop. Say, there she is, specs things out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that. But anyway, thanks for the tip. Uh, but have somebody build the short blocks. I'll throw the heads on them and stuff. You know, so yeah, yeah. I'll go drag my stool over here. I had to move because I had to put the phone on charge. Went to the other side of the garage so I could start sweeping because the chat had died down. So and I thought, well, I'll come over here and start cleaning a little bit more while we're waiting for other people to join. I still got to remember to fix that bottom shelf. Bring it up a little bit. I guess if I didn't have this wrapped around the cord there, I'd have a little more leeway. All right. I'm down to order a crate engine from the dealer and just make payments on it like your car. Yeah. Honestly, one of the guys I follow, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Frizzell Racing, he said you really can't build a motor yourself any cheaper than buying a crate motor. And then if you buy a crate motor, at least you got a warranty. So, I mean, even trying to cut corners, you can't cut corners anymore because no corners are cut. So, but I will say for the most part, everything I have bought from Vevor is heavy built. They could use some work on cleaning the threads and maybe, checking their threads before they ship products out because I've had problems with some of the threads on the bolts and the nuts before. But other than that, has been the only complaint I've had with that company. But again, I'm buying this crap out of my own pocket. They're not sponsoring anything. So I'm not promoting them. I'm just saying what I've seen. So, because that engine stand I bought, I will be doing a unboxing and a review on it. Just because, not to, like I say, they're not, they didn't give it to me. So, but I bought it cheaper on sale than what I could buy a used light duty engine stand for on Marketplace. So, what kind of motor are you looking for? The horse flies are out. Now you're up north, aren't you, Frank? I know years ago, Jasper Engines out of Jasper, Indiana, used to be a pretty good go-to place. I don't even know if they're still in business or not. There's probably a million different builders now. Love to keep you guys entertained with the little background music, but well, that would be taboo. Unfortunately, my radio don't pick up hardly squat in this metal building. Hardly at all. Yeah, don't think that's a usable room anymore. You go through this crap here with magnets. I'm sure there's screws and nuts and bolts that I'm missing. It's over on the charger. I guess I can put it up. I don't have the clip for it. I think it's in my GoPro bag. But yeah, I do. I did actually charge it up for this, but then when I was getting ready to use it, the swivel base was gone. I'm not sure if this one will work on it or not. Oh, I guess it does have it on there. I didn't think it was on there. Okay, well, let's see what happens, Dennis. Let's see if this little thing works. Ha! Thing does, it pops right open. See if I can get you guys remounted here. Wrapped up the wires. All right. Move this one out of the way. Figure out how to turn it on again. You know, I've slept a couple times since then. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna wiggle a little bit. Macho, what's up? I'll go get a magnet. See if it follows me. Yep. Stools. I'm gonna sit down here lower, so I'll lower you guys down. All right. Trash can. Well, the thing does follow you around pretty good. All kinds of screws and bolts and washers and you name it. I just hate to sweep crap up that can get in a tire. Just a few. Just a few. Oh. Guess it goes back to the hoarding. Go back to don't throw anything away that can be reused. Just a little bit of stuff. Now there's a stapler too. I'm not going to reuse them. I found a piece of my old C-clamp. Now if I can just find the C-clamp to go with it. My junk metal pile. I need to haul stuff to took things to the dump yesterday. I need to do a load to the scrap metal place. Get rid of that old gas tank and a bunch of old lawnmower blades and at least try to get a nickel or so out of them. I have no idea what the going rate is on scrap right now. Huh. Well, yeah, that's part of a hydraulic valve. Oh, what the hell? Where'd that came from? Just pulling in your driveway. Now you can't hide. That's true. It does work. My biggest complaint about this is they should have made probably the base of it a little heavier because it does that wobble thing, or made it wider maybe. But honestly, I mean, for the price, it really wasn't bad. I'm glad he did that. Who was I watching the other day? Valiant Customs, I think, was who said it. Evidently, he must have bought one too. I don't know if he bought it through David or not, but he must have bought one because I know he was talking about it. And they are handy. I'll give him that. I'm looking for my dustpan. Found another battery charger. Dustpan, where are you? I got two of them. I'd just like to find one of them. Just one. crap. Sure would make it easier picking stuff up. It would, it would. Well, there it is, there's one. Oh. Success. Ugh. Lost me for a minute, didn't know what to do. Man, I'm making it go crazy now. The people that built, I don't know if we want that. I had to try to remember what the signal was. It's been kind of crazy there. Hey Mark, how are you? Thanks for coming in. No, I started to say the people that built my building, they done a pretty piss poor job on the getting it sealed around the windows. And every time I got a rain, it would leak around the windows. And, this window behind us, I'm going to shut this off because I think it's doing stupid stuff now. I ended up having to put some roofing flanging on, take the tin off and go around the windows with that adhesive window, the flange material. And I got it sealed up good. And then it's does pretty good, but then when I had the guy install my package unit furnace and AC for the shop, well, they didn't get the good seal around the ductwork. And every time it comes a hard rain, I get water in the garage from the poor installation job. So it's just a shame anymore. You pay good money to get stuff done, and people just half-ass do things. So, goes back to, I don't think people take pride in their work. Quality is not job one anymore, for sure. Oh, it's hose reel. But anyway, I still got dirt and caked in mud from when the rain come in here and washed in dirt. So what are you up to do? What are you up to today, Mark? I'm slowly plugging away at this garage. Got big piles right here where I'm at, so I'm working on trying to sweep them up. At least sweep at them. I'll have to come back and sweep better later, but yeah, hell, this is nasty. I'm not gonna keep that. You guys ever seen a lighter that big? I'm not sure if it even works. Yeah. Yep, it does. They're kind of a pain to deal with. They're so big, but I don't know where I was at, some kind of auction or something. And I bought a box of lighters, random lighters like that, and church keys. I got more church keys than you can change a stick at. I'll never use them. Well, hello, Randy. You guys working on the trailer today? I know you're probably going to show it eventually, but when I watched your video today, I was wondering how you guys were hooking up drains on the storage tanks. I mean, I know you'll probably get to it eventually on your videos. But I had to kind of laugh today when I watched it. I'm thinking, you know, I'm not the only one that has crappy luck sometimes. It's just the way it is when you work on stuff, especially if you're trying to fab stuff. Not enough hours in a day, that's for sure. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if this pops or R3, but when you retire, you ain't gonna have any more time. Trust me. I've been retired for, what I figure, up to 9 years now. You still can't get done. And the older you get, the slower you work, so it all kind of affects it all. So these floors need to be hosed out and pressure washed. I'm going to call that blade junk. Okay, that's why I thought it probably was. So I think R3 was in here a little bit earlier, and like I said, I decided to do an afternoon because it just seems like I have just as good as luck on viewership in the afternoon than I do in the evenings. Which I really don't care when to do it, but I ain't doing no damn sleeping live. We're gonna break down and do a maiden voyage of the new camper 1st of April. We're just gonna go local to see if there's any bugs to get worked out. I've got to get a bunch of stuff transferred from the motorhome over to the other camper. All I've done to it so far is move the motorhome over to the other side and backed it in and locked it up. Which, plus it's been cold and rainy and crappy out, and it's not really in the camper mood when it's like that. Yeah, there's one big pile that's been up. Yeah. Never done. Yep, never done. I think we all be called never get done projects. Never get them all done. There ain't much left of these. No telling how old these are. Oh, onion sets. There's nothing to them anymore. They're hollow. No telling how many years they've been in here. You guys got any ideas of what I can do with an old electric scooter? A electric wheelchair thing? We bought new batteries for it years ago, and I started tearing it apart to redo a charger on it because the original charger shot craps, and it was my dad's, and I was thinking about putting like a trailer hitch ball on it to move trailers around. Have some type of a little actuator where it actually would push the ball up. You could pull underneath the coupler and figure might as well do something with it. Not doing no good, but again, more projects. I can come up with the ideas, I just can't seem to get them all executed. Wow. Well, yeah. It'd be kind of cool to put like I need to find one of them car bed things. Your kids have hang on a sec, guys. Still there? Yeah, I was thinking, I seen some guy took them old plastic beds that look like a sports car, and he took it and made like a little boat out of it. I was thinking, I could put something like that on that body and make it like a little parade car you could take around and go to parades, kind of like a crazy car, kind of like the little kid thing that you guys got for the granddaughter. Sit and spin around. Well, this thing here would do the same thing. So I never run out of ideas for the most part. A lot of them are bad ideas, but they just have to be executed. So by the time I get around to that one, I guess I could run them off of probably a DeWalt or Milwaukee battery. I don't know. A hell of a lot cheaper than the batteries were put in it. There's the dry cells. They were expensive. But I'm sure they're shot. Guess I could try to charge them, but I'm too far from putting it together. thinking about taking the seat and putting it in the excavator because it's a high back seat, and the low back one in it's all cracked up. So, well, guys, I have been on here for 2 hours and 22 minutes, a lot longer than I had anticipated. I actually thought about shutting it off about an hour ago, but anyway, everybody kept talking, so I kept going. It's $4 in Illinois now. $4. Let me guess. That's probably out of Casey's too, right? Good God. What did I pay the other day? I think I paid $3.19. That's what I paid for gas yesterday because I had to fill up the truck, and I think I had a quarter of a tank, but it still took $75. I can't remember, 18 or 20 gallons. So, yeah, I really, Casey's have went so far downhill since they first started. So, all right, Randy, you guys enjoy. I'm sure you'll be glad when you get the trailer done. So, I'll see you in a little while. 320. There you go. I don't blame you. I don't blame you a bit. What's the closest town across the river from you? Trying to think. How far are you from Louisiana? Oh, you went to Alton. Okay. Louisiana is a little bit north of you, I'd say. A bit. So. Yeah. Trying to think the best route to get to your place without driving through St. Louis. I really hate to drive that gooseneck. I kind of would like to take kind of a back way, but there's crossing the river. There is no real back way to get across the river, is there? I've went across Alton before, and then to get to St. Louis, you've got to. I don't know. About the only places I've ever crossed is JB Bridge and the Eads. Well, the Eads Bridge is not open to traffic anymore, or last I knew it wasn't. And the Poplar Street Bridge, or go all the way down to 270, go down across down there. McKinley Bridge. Okay. I can't remember where McKinley Bridge is at, but I'll figure it out. Get to that time, but yeah, I probably figured I would probably come up 44 and probably cut through there about Washington or Wentzville area, cut through and go north, and kind of before I got into the belt. I just think it'd be a little bit better pulling that rig, so got to keep away from the Route 3 will bring you close. Okay, yeah. Hate for that boat to slide off out on 270. I'd probably have to just keep driving. Don't know nothing about it. So. I don't think it'll be a problem getting it getting it up on it, and you don't think that'll be a problem, so it'll be fine. I got plenty of them straps. We'll get her strapped down, so it ain't gonna go nowhere. If you're a few tube of force here and there, we'll be fine. It's the way you go. but you can hit 255 south of St. Louis. Well, I'm thinking loaded. I may go 255 south, go across there at, what the hell, can't think of the barracks. Go across there and then take and hit 67 south and kind of wind up on US 60 and come a lot of secondary roads. So, like I said, don't have a whole lot of desire to, because I'm sure it's going to look pretty sketchy on that trailer. And I don't want to attract attention to the popo. Anyway, we're going up to 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm going to get off here, guys. Dennis, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. But we'll get together here in the next couple weeks and see if we can't make a plan on that boat. And hopefully gas will be a little cheaper then. So I figure it's going to take at least 3 tanks of gas to get there and back. So, all right. Anybody else in here? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. And we'll see you all probably sometime next Wednesday. Have a good night.